morning and welcome to Winnipeg. Now, a few minutes ago, I was looking at the monitor, like about 5 minutes ago. Oh, it's really coming along now. I was thinking we might be getting a sunrise this morning here. It's still pretty dark outside. Our sunrise camera hasn't even switched into color mode yet. It's still in night mode. It's actually dark outside at the moment. I know I've said this before. When you look at the screen, it doesn't look like it. You see a whole lot of white snow, but it's dark out there. Our sun should be coming up in about 45 minutes from now, so we'll know. If it's nice, I'll show it to you. If it's not, well, I'll try not to talk about it. Okay, I think we should stick our macro lens on and continue on where we left off yesterday. I'm gonna have to watch what I'm doing, that I don't make the radius too tight. I find sometimes it's a lot easier to just make something smaller and smaller and smaller when you use this system. But if you make it too small, it's kind of hard to get it, increase the radius without making it kind of look kinked up. Anyway, let's stick on our macro lens here and have a nice close look. Okay, I think we're set up here. Now, this rod is kind of at an angle, and I'd like to have it completely horizontal. So what I'm going to do here is try to, without moving anything, if I can, just put this on here like this. Oh, I moved it a little bit. Let me check the screen. It's still pretty good. Okay, now maybe I'll just poke it back just a little bit here because I did have it more or less perfectly in focus there. Now maybe I should get this off of there very gently. All right, now the idea is to push down evenly and just rock back and forth. Now it shouldn't take very much. I'm not pushing very hard. Okay, how does that look? I'm just eyeballing it here. Now, being as that we annealed this metal, it's going to bend very, very easily. So let's just put our little platform there, and I'm just going to eyeball it here. That's pretty close. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. It could be though that the no, that's okay. Once I straighten it out on there, it's more or less correct. Am I poking at it? Let me turn it around here. I suppose I should really be looking at it from a different perspective, right? Okay, I think we pretty much got it. It looks good in the screen anyway. Okay, I'm going to do the other one exactly the same way. Now, after all the work I went to set up that shot, get my spotlight adjusted and everything, well, I forget to turn on the spotlight. As it turned out, it wasn't too bad, but the macro scene could have possibly been a little bit sharper. Okay, yeah, I think they're going to be all right. Well, our sun did come up. And I guess I got to decide, am I going to do anything with it, or are we just going to let it go? It's a real hazy sun right now. And if I look outside, it's, well, you can see the sun shining on stuff. Anyway, I got to decide now, what am I going to do with these? Aussie Frenchman was suggesting that I should have left these things flat and curved them later, but I'm going to put them in test tubes. And I think maybe the thing to do is to completely assemble it and then put them in test tubes. Maybe with a little cotton batting or something like that, so that if I drop the test tube, it's not going to damage anything. We'll see what happens. I guess we got to deal with that now. We got to paint these parts, because I don't think there is anything left now to assemble. Well, yeah, I guess there is. The pulpit. Yeah, that has to be put together yet, and then painted. So maybe we should do that before we spray. I know it sounds like I'm looking for excuses not to spray again, doesn't it? Yeah, let's not go through that again. We had about 6 months of that. Okay, let's carry on here. Okay, I don't know if you can remember or not, but it was about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, that we were getting all these M1s together. And I think there's 50 or 60 of them or something, and I said something to the effect of, I seem to be missing a couple of M1s, and I looked on the floor and I couldn't find it, yada yada yada. Well, there was a reason why I couldn't find it. I'd already nipped them off. Yeah, when we were going through that detailing stuff, I nipped off a couple of M1s here and got them ready to put on our pulpit here. And once again, I apologize for not using this. Yeah, I think it's just going to be, I don't know, just more than I want to try and tackle, because if I ruin this thing, we're screwed. There's only one of them. So I'm just going to use it the way it is here. So I don't know if we're going to have to paint these later or what, but if we do, we do. It's not a big deal. You know what? I'm probably going to be spraying anyway. Yeah, I'll do them at that time. So, yeah. I just can't get over, feeling bad about this. Anyway. Okay. Now, what do we need here? We've got the M1s, we've got the 20 millimeter guns, we've got this part. We got to get the J3. I don't think we got that. I don't see it in the tin anywhere, or in the other tin rather. So we do have to get the railing though, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit difficult to bend into shape, but we'll get it. Okay, so here we go for our J3, and it's kind of an unusual shape. It goes up, you might say, slender, and then it sort of widens out right there where we have to nip it off. Now, I'm pretty sure that what I'm touching right there is the pin, the plug that goes into the hole on the part. So, yeah, we can nip it off there. And I'm going to be really careful when I nip it off up here. I'm just going to have to reposition a little bit here. Okay, I've got my magnification hood on now. And I can see I was looking at this part the wrong way around. This is the top. And I was noticing there was flashing on there, and I was thinking I'm going to have to be really careful when I cut that flashing off. Very gently now. Okay, and this down here is actually the peg that goes into the part on the pulpit. So just go very gently here now. There we go. One of my neighbors was by this morning and said, "Did you see the fox?" And I said, "No, I didn't, but I'll check the surveillance system." Well, this is what the surveillance system saw.
I've scraped flashing as much as I dare here. Yes, I can sort of see the seam line in places, but my experience is when I try to improve on something like this, what happens is I end up snapping it. Trying to get this is sort of like round. I wonder what the real one looked like. Might be able to find it. Might be in the fittings in Stefan's book. Okay, yeah, I think we're just gonna leave this. And I know it's a little bit ragged right here, and there, and I did try to get that off, but like I say, I'd probably end up just breaking it. So, when we need a macro lens or a magnifying glass, almost a microscope just to see this, so we're just going to let it go.
Okay, I have spent several minutes now going through this book, and I've looked at a lot of drawings and line drawings and CAD drawings and what have you, and this photo right here is the best I've found so far that shows what that mast kind of looked like, back in the day. And you can see on the very top here, there's this round thing that I don't know if it was a light or like a lantern or what it was. It might have been some kind of a light. Anyway, yeah, there was something on the top of the mast that was kind of round. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised I couldn't find anything better. I found lots of drawings that showed quite well the bottom of the mast, but the very top was cut off. Like you'd show you a good shot or drawing of this area right here, but then the top of the mast you didn't get to see it. So what Stefan thought it looked like, we don't know. Okay, let's move on. Now for the railing that goes all the way around the inside here like this, we need B19. Now I have already cut all the tabs except for the ones on the top here, the top three. Okay, we should be loose. Ooh, it's bending in the wrong place here. It's almost like it was broken there. You know what? Oh my, what's happening here? Maybe those are places that it's supposed to bend. But I don't think so. Well, yeah, actually it was. I think I'm seeing, yes it was, I'm seeing folding lines right there. No wonder it bent so easy. This is, in all likelihood, the most fragile piece of railing that I've ever done. So, okay, let's see if we can figure this out here. Now, we almost need the microscope to see this, but it appears that there's a folding line right there. There's one right there. And then it's the same on the other end. One there and one there. So I guess we are supposed to have a sharp bend there. And then the rest of the bends are going to be gradual. Okay. Yeah, that's why it was bending so hard, so easily when I was trying to lift it up off the plastic. Ooh. Oh. Well, I think it is salvageable. I didn't think I'd held it that long, but I'm not going to try to anneal the rest. Alright, I think the best way to flatten this out will be to lay it on something flat and just sort of tap it down here. That was a surprise. I was not expecting that, although I should have known. I should have known. I've actually had this stuff melt right off on me, and now I've got a really weak connection there. Well, there's a good chance that this piece is going to be going on with no railing, and that'd be too bad, because the railing is going to add to the detail. Yes, that was a surprise. Okay, what do we got here? Excuse me, 2 minutes after 2. You know what? Maybe this is a good time to quit. Maybe I better be careful here. Oh, it broke off. It broke off. Now what do I do? There is no way that I can solder that back on. What a pity. What a pity. Okay. It's not the end of the world. We're gonna still keep going, but it's gonna be tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.